Hello, everyone, and welcome to Realty Connects Long Island. I'm your host today, Chuck Lott, and we're here with our mainstay, John Fitzgerald, and we also have the wonderful Jane Crockett here today. We have a very interesting topic to talk about today, but first, we're going to let Jane just give us a brief background on her and her experience in real estate.
Well, I don't handle the real estate properties. As far as selling them, that's your job.
That's our job. That's our job. And then we call you in, which is extremely important.
And basically what I do, pardon me, is we sell the contents of homes once you've sold them or just prior to getting them ready for sale.
Exactly. And a very, very important element to getting your home sold is how the home presents itself to the buying public. So what we try to do is give the seller some advice as far as what we think might be beneficial, and then when they have a lot of items in the property, a lot of things that they are been saving and holding on to but are now going to free up and get rid of, and when they move on to the next house, we like to bring a professional in, which is you, yes, to give them a way to get those homes, get cleared out, get the items sold. But I have a lot of questions about how that works, and I'm sure our viewers have questions. For instance, how do you decide what's of value, what's not of value? How do you price an item, so to speak?
And there is a lot to price.
Yes.
When you're talking about a full home, and you're talking about bedrooms and dining rooms and collectibles that they've been collecting sometimes 40, 50 years, we take all that out and we actually display it on our tables that we bring in. We put nice linens on them and we put all the collectibles out on a table and display them all. And then we do price them. And believe it or not, a lot of times it is a lot of the things that we get each and every week over the last 20 years. So they're a little bit easier to price. Perhaps they're from Macy's or wherever they may have gotten it from. But the fine collectibles is definitely my forte. I've been third generation in the antique world.
Right, you said, we were talking before the show, you said you have 20 years of experience in this?
Yes, plus, prior to that. The company, the corporation, has been around for 20 years, but I myself have been doing this practically my whole life. So with that, I have a lot of research. We have a lot of books. I have a huge library of books, and I do have a lot of contacts throughout the country to lean back on and send pictures to and ask if I should need that.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like an exciting thing. It does.
It is.
So, I mean, in terms of the sale itself, how do you let people know what's out there? How do you market to whatever your audience may be?
Well, that's a great question because we do an awfully lot of marketing each and every week. A lot of it is through the internet. Thank goodness for that. We have a website. We put out over 10,000 emails to our customers that we've gotten a list of over the years. We've also do a lot of Craigslist, estatesale.com, and estatesale.net, all of those that the people who go to tag sales and estate sales each and every week look at those to see what's in the home, and we list everything with photographs, so you really know what's in it.
So okay. You have a following, so to speak. So you say you have a customer list or a client list.
Yes.
So you'll see the same people coming to the same sales each and every week to pick up different items.
It's almost like a family.
Yeah. Do some of these, yeah, I guess it is. I guess it would be. That's great. Yeah, because it's so hard for the average consumer to get the word out that they're selling something. So I'm sure you get a much higher value on the items because of the way you do things.
Absolutely. Yeah. It is true.
Okay. Well, before we go further into our questions, we're going to give you an opportunity to ask questions if you have them. The phone number is 516-702-5406. If you have any questions, give us a call, text. We'll take them right on the air.
Absolutely.
And we're going to continue with questions. I know I have a lot of questions, so I'll take that one right now. What's the difference between a tag sale and an estate sale?
Well, they are both professionally run.
Okay.
Where most people would do a garage sale out in their driveway and bring all their items out and kind of do it themselves if they just have a little bit of it. But when you're talking about a whole home and you're bringing strangers basically into the house, if you're having a tag sale professionally done, you're either moving or relocating or what have you. That would be a tag sale. If you're having an estate sale, most of the time it is because one has passed on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you talked a little bit before about attracting a crowd. About how many people show up at one of these sales?
The hundreds.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
We do have, our ways of doing it is to let in a certain amount at a time, and they would have to wait outside. So we do them year round. So if you're coming to a sale in the middle of the winter, you're bundled and dressed, knowing that you might have to perhaps wait outside.
And your customers are used to that because they've been to other sales.
Yes,
Yeah,
they keep telling me to serve coffee, but I'm working on that.
So it's not just a big house party.
No.
And you can go through and kind of pick what you want, nothing like that?
I'm very aware of the client, and it's their home, it's their personal home that we respect, and we only want to be able to not overwhelm them, to not overwhelm them, of course, but to let in a little at a time, maybe 15, 20 at a time, and let them come in, see everything, and then when one goes out, one should come in. That's the proper way of doing it.
Okay.
And you handle all of the client or homeowner, they don't have to get involved in negotiations or anything. I guess they tell you or you tell them or go over the instructions as to what an item might sell for, and there might be some negotiations, but you handle everything on it?
Yes, that's correct.
So it's nice and easy for them. They don't have to worry or get involved. They have expectations and you take care of that?
It is similar to what you do in real estate, where they hand it over to you, sell the home for me because it's such a big job.
Sure.
Yeah. And then let me know when it's sold.
Exactly.
When the negotiations come.
Let me know when I'm moving.
And it's the same way with me. We handle everything for them so they don't have to do anything.
So in the end, after the sale, let's say you sold, I don't know, half of the items in the house or 3/4 of the items in the house. What do you do with what's left?
Well, what we do is we have a lot of organizations that will take it for donation. So this way, nothing has to be thrown away. We truly believe that it's all about recycling and about getting the things out to be sold and to make you the most amount of money, of course. But afterwards, to be able to give to big brothers, big sisters, anybody like that, more than welcome to come and take the items and give a donation.
Okay, that's great.
Yes.
That's great.
I have a question because it happened. There was a gentleman that lived across the street from my home, and he was an antique collector, or a collector of anything, I would say, not just antiques. But when he passed away, they brought in someone to look over the items that he had in the house. And there was sort of like these eureka moments for the family because the person was discovering items that had a significant amount of value, which they probably would not have thought of. Had they put them out on a table in the driveway at a garage sale, they might have sold it for $8 or $10, and some of these items were worth well over $1,000 or $2,000. Has that ever happened to you?
All the time. It happens all the time. I always get told, Jane, you've paid for yourself, because I would have sold that, they'll say to me, for perhaps, like you said, $10 on my own, but we'll get so much more than that because we know what we're looking at. And honestly, when you're looking at your mom's things, you weren't there when they purchased them.
Correct. Yeah.
That was purchased with them. Perhaps it was purchased 50 years ago. And you just know that you've looked at it all your life, and your mom loved that piece, let's say, or what have you, and you don't really know what it is a cost of. So it really is good to have somebody come in and take a look at all of those things. Absolutely.
Now, I know you're third generation in, you've been in the business for a long time. How extensive is the process of evaluating all the merchandise and everything in the house? I mean,
it can get very extensive. We try not to take on too many tag sales and estate sales at one time so that we can really learn the pieces and make sure that we have everything done properly. It's a process that shouldn't be done lightly. So when we do go into a place, I'll know if it's more of a, you might want to say, crate and barrel place where things are new and easier to know, and then there's the places where you really have to do those research.
Right.
And it will take a long time. So it could take days.
So what's the importance in researching everything as a tag sale professional?
The importance is to get the most amount of money for your client, and that's the truth, because they're expecting you to do that. They've hired you to do that. They trust you, and they want you to do the right thing and make the most amount of money for them.
Okay. So how do they find you? I mean, well, we have your information up on the screen. I know that, how they would find you. But I'm sure in the industry there's some experts at what you do, tag sale and estate sales, that are better than others. Sure. Okay? And how do they make that distinction? How do they know? Is there any kind of a certification or any kind of a qualification? Or is it just based on the fact that you have such a vast array of experience and a client base and, most of your business, you said, I believe, when we were talking earlier, was by referral. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So how do they make that distinction as to how to choose someone for, of course, they're going to choose you after the show. I mean, who else would you go to?
Thank you kindly.
That'd be crazy. But just in case, how do they decide who's an expert and who's not an expert in your industry?
And I think that's a great question, because there are a lot of ways you could actually, if you're computer savvy, you could go online and Google the person that owns that company and see if there are any background issues with them, and what they've done, if they've had any schooling. Any of that is very helpful. You can really find a lot of information on Google about a person or a company, and I think that's very important.
You can.
So if you live in any other state than New York or any other area than Nassau, Suffolk, and Queens, you can Google somebody. If not, you can just call Jane. You don't have to Google anyone because she's the expert.
We go from Queens to the Hamptons,
Absolutely.
So you span the whole island.
We do span the island.
So, and we've had the pleasure of using your services at Realty Connect for a number of years, and actually at companies that I've been with before Realty Connect, before we opened this company. And always the consumers that have dealt with you, the clients, our clients that have dealt with you, have been overjoyed with the results.
That's wonderful.
They're very excited about what you do and how you do it. And all the time I get the same thing. What a relief. What a relief. We didn't have to mess with that stuff. And what they called junk at the time, you would be handing them over thousands of dollars in profits for things that they called junk. So, I mean, first of all, they don't have to worry about it. It's a total relief. It's gone, it's out, it's finished, you do everything, and they actually get money that they never expected. I mean, it's a win-win situation. It's a home run. So,
it's true. I do just remember having a home in Northport, and they called me in and said, you cannot walk. There are pathways for you, but there's great antiques.
Wow.
Pathways. Wow. And nobody wanted to take it on. I saw exactly what was through. As a matter of fact, we have such a phenomenal crew. Oh, my girls are so wonderful. They were digging through and going through, and I hear ding, ding, ding. And she said, I found a baby grand piano. Wow. She was so excited.
Oh, my goodness.
And we also found
there was enough stuff to hide a baby grand piano?
This is a true story. I'm not even kidding. God. It was so unbelievable. And also, they also said to me, we know there's a car in the garage, but we cannot find it, a car.
No.
What?
And it was a 1950s car that we did auction off. And because we auction off cars to get the most amount of money for the client. And it went great, but we ended up doing over $40,000 for them. And they were just literally going to throw everything out, everything. We took all the antique pieces that we found that were covered in this much dirt, thick, thick dirt. We brought them back to life, which was so exciting. You have no idea. And then we sold all of this for really great money.
See.
So
that's fabulous.
It was
I just
so
don't
great.
get how you can hide a car.
I lost
and a baby grand. And a baby grand. Pathways. You have to remember pathways.
That's pretty wild.
Oh my goodness.
It was great.
You know what I love? What just happened right now?
Yes.
Is when you said we brought these antiques back to life, and it was so exciting. There's your passion.
Yeah.
See, that's what drives the business.
So
that's what makes you successful. Is right then you saw the passion come right out.
Great.
This is what I do. This is how I do it, and I'm excited about doing it. And that's why people should use you to absolutely get rid of their and what they so-called junk that could turn into great value.
Yes, it's true. Wow, it's true.
Good stuff.
In preparation, as a homeowner or home seller, in preparation for the tag sale, what do I need to do to prepare?
Great question, because there is a lot to prepare for a tag sale. It is true, but people are getting rid of things prior to the sales, and I'm trying to convince people not to do that until they get a professional in there. For instance, people always get rid of their handbags, ladies' handbags, people love to buy handbags, custom jewelry. We sell everything, even a scarf. Scarves, they add up. They have bundles of scarves, and we're selling them. And some of them are designer scarves, and you could be getting $20, $30 for a scarf.
Right.
And designer handbags, $200, $300 for a nice, great handbag that they paid, $1,000 probably for.
Right.
So they need to just keep it all in, but organize what they want to keep. So if they're organizing what they want to keep, and I come in and they say, okay, Jane, everything is for sale. I've already taken out what I want to keep, then I know what is and what isn't. But a lot of people donate first and then bring me in. So that I don't understand. That has to be at the end.
You got to go to Jane first.
Okay, sounds good.
So I hope that answered your question.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yep. So what would you advise somebody to do right now that's got their home on the market? I mean, we go in as a realtor, and obviously we want that house to shine, to be, the rooms, the less items that are in the rooms, the bigger the house appears. So for us, clean and empty, but still to appear as a home.
Yes.
Is really important. So what would you advise them to do, basically? Let's assume they can't have a sale right away. Should they store everything in the garage or in one room, and then you'll come in and value it there and then set it up for them? Can they do something like that?
I think it's a great idea, especially if they could get boxes and then just the things they could mark a tag sale. They could put those in boxes, little collectibles, because sometimes I think you guys feel that there's a little too many collectibles in the homes, and you would get rid of the pictures, put your personal pictures away, and do those kind of things. So doing that, clearing it out a bit, and then putting the sales aside, putting those things aside for the sale is a great way to do it.
And one quick question to follow up with that. Do you have an off-site location? In other words, if they can't do the sale on their property for some reason or another, maybe there's someone in the family has an illness or they don't want the traffic or something like that. Do you have an off-site location that you can actually take the items to?
We do not.
Okay.
We strictly do it in the home.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Yes.
Right. So, Jane, we've got it right here, but why don't you go ahead and remind everyone at home your number and your website so they can find you.
Okay, great. Well, the website is www.artifactsli.com. Our office phone number is 631-205-0562. And my cell phone, if you want me directly, is 516-695-0315.
Perfect. Good stuff. I'm very excited about this, and I think more and more consumers need your services. They really do.
Now, John, we were searching for something earlier this morning. I think you found it.
We were talking a little bit about the what's going on in the real estate market.
Yeah.
It's a real estate show, so maybe we should talk a little bit about what's going on there. Interestingly enough, the mortgage interest rates have been a topic now for better than a year or 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
The government's purchasing of bonds to keep the rates down. All of those things have been a big topic. And now what's going on in the marketplace? Are homes selling? Are they not selling? Is there inventory? Is there a lack of inventory? So I read an article in Newsday today, and I just want to comment a little bit about that. It basically talks about the rates being down, but the rates are up, but they're down from what they were, meaning they were up higher this year, so they're down a little bit this year, but they're up considerably from last year. They're up about 1% from last year. So there's a good indication, and we've done some research recently, and the chief economists for Freddie and Fannie are both saying the rates are going up. Everybody's predicting the rates are going to go up. And the government now went from buying $85 billion worth of bonds a month to, they're just lowering it now to $45 billion. So they dropped down to 75 and then 65, and now they're at $45 billion a month in buying bonds. And what that does, when they buy a lot, it lowers the interest rates. When they stop, the rates start to go up. So if you're thinking about buying, and we've said this on every show lately, and it's still holding true, you want to get out there and buy a house. And a great indicator is that you'll see right now the high-end market is starting to really move a little bit more. So people with money are buying houses, and they know if they're looking into to buy a house now, they know those rates are going to go up. And if they're getting a jumbo mortgage, that's a considerable difference if the rate goes up 1% as versus to where it is now. So if that market's moving, then all the markets will be shifting and moving quickly too. So there has been a little bit of a lull in the sales in the first quarter, but that's mostly based on, we had a winter that, you know, every 3 days there was another snowstorm or bad weather.
Yes.
So it
Crazy
just,
winter.
so it just wasn't happening that people were jumping in their cars. Let me go buy a house, you know,
Right.
they are holding off. But
I felt it, definitely.
Exactly.
I definitely,
I'm in your
for the
business,
first
I'm sure.
time, I
Yeah.
felt it this year
Yeah.
for the first time.
Yeah. So that pent-up demand now is going to come to fruition. Those people are going to come back out. They start to buy houses, and this spring market is going to start to explode. So if you don't have your house on the market and you're thinking about selling, you should get in touch with your Realty Connect agent. And if you do have your house on the market, you want to get in touch with your Realty Connect agent and make sure that it's in line with fair market value, because as the buyers come out, they're going to pick and choose the houses that they want, and they're going to do it by comparison shopping. So you want to make sure, and if you're a buyer, I mean, you should be in your car right now. Just turn the show off and go buy a house. You know. So that's just what's going on in the market. You'll see a lot of changes, and by the end of this year, I think you'll see rates that'll be close to or over 5%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, everyone at home, again, make sure that you are calling or texting 516-702-5406. You're going to get this man right here. He's got a wealth of knowledge for you, and I'm pretty sure we can take care of a lot of things for you in the real estate department. Thank you, Jane, for coming along.
Yeah, and can I just say your dad's last name, first name? Come on,
If
you have to.
if you'd like. It's true.
Yeah, your name is Jane Crockett, and your dad is
David Crockett.
David Crockett. We had to bring that out.
We had to. That takes us back to what, middle school?
Oh my God, yeah, yes, a while for me. But it was a pleasure having you here, and a wealth of information. Good stuff, really good stuff.
Thank
so,
you.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Good. Well, we're going to have you back sometime then.
Anytime.
All right. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, for John Fitzgerald, Jane Crockett, I'm Chuck Lott. This is Realty Connects Long Island. Please stay tuned for all of the new listings, and we'll see you soon.
If you have a real estate question, send us an email at realtyconnectsli@gmail.com or text us at 516-702-5406, and we'll answer your question live on Realty Connects Long Island. Our first listing for this week is a 3-bedroom extended ranch on 6 East Street in Middle Island, listed for $239,900. It's fully renovated with an open floor plan, a large eat-in kitchen with custom pine cabinets, and a gas fireplace with a custom mantle in the formal dining room. Call Cynthia Shepard for more information at 631-941-6251. Next, we have a completely updated farm ranch priced at $325,000 in Farmingville at 70 Lakeside Drive. It features a new roof, a new heating system, 2 new cesspools, and a 16 by 36 in-ground pool. Contact David Oakley for more details at 631-533-9322. Here we have another 3-bedroom ranch, this one located in West Islip at 80 Wavecrest Avenue, on for $369,000. It's bigger than most ranches and has a ton of new upgrades, including stainless steel dishwasher, washer and dryer, new siding, roof, garage door, triple pane windows in the living room and dining room, and a new fireplace. Call Dennis Murphy today at 631-870-7180. We moved to Comac for a new listing on 19 Lorinda Drive, listed at $399,780. It's a 4-bedroom colonial with hardwood floors throughout, a 2-car attached garage, all on nearly a half acre of property. For more information on this listing, contact Belinda Hammer at 631-350-7218. 4 Ariel Court in Islandia is a new listing we have on for $419,900, located in Hauppauge Greens. This condo features an open floor plan with vaulted ceilings in the living room and dining rooms, a master bedroom suite with 2 walk-in closets and a full master bath with soaking tub, shower, and double sinks. Call Nancy Vargas Johnson for more info at 631-533-9060. Rick Ledoux and Amanda Eckhart have this next listing in Port Jefferson at 27 Maroki Trail, priced at $425,000. Located in a cul-de-sac setting, this beautiful colonial has hardwood floors throughout, a den with a wood-burning brick fireplace, and a large deck in the level backyard. Call Rick at 631-706-4564 or Amanda at 631-941-6255 for more details. Here we have a 4-bedroom colonial, newly listed at $469,000 on 29 Eckhart Street in South Huntington. This one is move-in ready with an updated kitchen with granite countertops and stainless steel appliances, hardwood floors in the living and dining rooms, and a full finished basement with a wet bar. Contact Sharon Savarese for more details at 631-223-7780. 4 Mondavi Lane in Setauket is our next new listing, priced at $659,000, listed by Andrea Velarde. It boasts a gourmet, custom Bayview Eden kitchen, bright, custom-built, oversized Anderson windows, and a heated in-ground pool. For more info, Andrea can be reached at 631-706-3228. Also listed at $659,000, 26 Signet Drive in Smithtown features a heated 22 by 45 gunite in-ground pool with a waterfall and an 8-person hot tub, granite stack stone fireplace, and a 9-zone in-ground sprinkler system with updates including roofing, windows, cesspools, and an eat-in kitchen. Call Marie Armello for details at 631-881-5161. In Dix Hills, we have a North Brick Crown Ranch at 4 Melrose Road on for $679,000. Complete with central air, oak floors, and master-sized rooms, this house sits on over an acre of property. Call Sarah Mansouri Afadi for more info on this listing at 631-971-1868. Our last listing for the day comes to us from Smithtown on 3 Candlelight Court, priced at $699,990. This is the original Lawrence Mansion, a grand historic 5,300 square foot home on a quiet cul-de-sac. It boasts original floorboards, 2 kitchens, an L-shaped in-ground pool, and a separate guest wing. Call Frank Mosca at 631-881-5950 or Jim Selassie at 631-881-4695 for more info. Contact a Realty Connect USA agent today. Connected to over 20,000 available listings on Long Island. If there's a home out there for you, we'll find it.